There are many ways to approach listening to Sacred Acoustics recordings, and one is to simply put the headphones on and wait to see what happens, and that's a wonderful way to do it. But there's certain things that you can do, especially if you want to really cultivate or generate different types of experience to really help set your awareness free from the here and now. So one of those things is to establish a feeling of gratitude, trust, and allowing, or just pick one of those words, but try and just really feel that feeling as you're going into each listening session in combination with whatever verbal guidance you're given or whatever other technique that you're employing. Really feel what that feels like. This will help you to get into the present moment of the here and now. And once you do this, once you really put your attention onto the here and now with focusing on a particular feeling, it can really then help to set a foundation for the next step. Now, additional things that you can do. At the beginning of nearly all of our recordings, with the exception of our sleep products, are what we call our Om frequencies. Now, Om is one of those things that is kind of related to a number of very long-standing religious traditions and spiritual traditions. And the Om is really known to be yet another sound that helps you to get into the present moment. And so if you can Om along with the recording when you hear it, that can really help you establish your vibrational state in the here and now. And so we encourage you to not necessarily follow the same pace of what you're hearing or the same pitch. You can go higher or lower based on your vocal tendencies, and find a pace that works for you, and try and do it at least 3 times. You don't have to do it throughout, but you'll find that when you can establish that intention of vibration in your system, especially if you do it kind of loud, it might seem funny at first, but if you can make that sound Om at whatever pitch you want, that vibrational state that you're establishing will then kind of interact with the vibrations of the tones and help carry you into your experience. Now, feel free also to experiment with different vowel sounds. It doesn't have to be Om. It can be any of the vowels. So ah, e, I, o, even oo. Just experiment with all of those and see what gives you different types of experiences. You will feel those vibrational energies in different parts of your body based on your pitch and the vowel sound that you're using. And it can be very interesting to see which particular type of sound might help launch your awareness in a way that silence alone may not do. So along with that, we have some further tips from our guest trainer, Dr. Eben Alexander. Now, we work closely together, presenting all around the world different ways to expand consciousness and using the support of Sacred Acoustics recordings. And he has further tips to offer you along those lines.
That beautiful sound that I heard in the center of my near-death experience, at the core realm, the pure oneness, infinity, eternity. The way I experienced that and the pure love of that deity was that sound of Om that I brought back with me. Now, it turns out sound, vibration, and frequency were crucial during many aspects of my near-death experience that occurred back in November 2008. The beautiful melody that served as a portal to usher me up from the ugly earthworm's eye view realm into the much richer, ultra-real aspects of the Gateway Valley. And then the angelic choirs above in that valley that provided yet other portals to higher and higher levels, all the way out to that realm of the Om, of the pure perfection and oneness of the core. Now, some of the techniques that I've used in my work with Sacred Acoustics in revisiting these realms many a time since have to do with freeing myself up from time. For example, I will often, early in a meditation, revisit some very early childhood memories and then let these memories expand into other associated memories. And before I know it, I am well outside of the now and the limitations of locality and time. Likewise, space. What I often do early in a meditation is to visualize myself in my meditative practice lying on the bed or what have you, and then expanding my field of view until I see the Earth shrinking down within my field of view, and then all of the solar system, and then the Orion spur of the Milky Way galaxy, and then the entire galaxy, and then other local galaxies, all collapsing down until I've seen the entire universe collapse down into this tiny little ball, similar to what I saw during my near-death experience, but I use a similar technique in escaping from the locality of the here and now. It turns out that in the process of revisiting these realms, we find that there are no limits.
No limits. There really are no limits to what you can do while listening to Sacred Acoustics recordings. And it really is just incumbent on the listener, you, to decide what it is you wish to achieve. And hopefully some of these tips will help you to launch that awareness into the unseen realms so that you can develop a more personal knowing of that energetic part of you that normally we don't access in our everyday space. So as always, if you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to us at sacredacoustics.com.